What's going on, everybody? I kind of want to bring you a video of like how I think really everything over the course of the next couple of months is going to pan out, and then moving forward in the next couple of years, what it's going to look like. With everything said, we have to take a few things into consideration. I'm going to start by saying administration. The one that we have, the people that are there, they haven't done a whole ton of good. I'm going to start by saying that. Its relationship to the stock market has actually sat pretty even. I developed this new opinion the other day that the only reason that the NASDAQ was as high as it was because they are comfortably printing just enough money to show that they have normal gains. So from when Trump left office, with it at $29,000, which was fucking amazing, with a bill that had just slightly been deflated, and like we watched the jump back up in the market numbers when the happened, and we watched the market collapse, and then they printed money, and then the inflation factor happened, and the market was back to normal. Some factors played into it. Retail got a little bit heavy into it, started putting a little bit more money into it, and then you had the stimulus money that we looked at. So all those things into consideration kept the market at a steady increase. Now, we can't expect that to happen much longer with everything that's going on right now. Everything that's going on in the Middle East, everything that's going on here, with us printing, now sending people over, and us potentially having a conflict. There's going to be massive inflation. And there's going to be some winners and there's going to be losers. Now, the dollar, I am afraid, isn't going anywhere, ever. And when people start talking about, digital currencies and digital technology will be a way of the future, and I'm going to use a couple different things as an example. I'm going to use XRP, I'm going to use XDC, and I'm going to use XLM as the example to bring to you what is going to be the future of digital currencies and our bill. So the first thing is you're going to have XRP, which handles all big multi-billion-dollar transaction, country to country, purchasing large commodities, things like that. You're going to have XDC, and that's going to run all the derivatives market. It's built on Ethereum's network. So with that being said, you're going to have a lot of different smart contracts that are chained off below that. And that's going to be for the derivatives market. And then you're going to have the people's coin. Now, people say, oh, well, is that what we're going to be able to exchange? There's going to be one world currency. That's going to be people border to border. So let's just say, for example, you have people like here in the United States, they want to send money home to their family out in Mexico. They decide to Western Union it. That transaction is going to occur with XLM. That's people-to-people transactions. You make a purchase online, and you have to convert your dollars over. What happens underneath that layer, that will happen with XRP, so the money transactions can happen instantly. The way that the old former system works is not really with the times. It's an obsolete technology. With that being said, we're going to be faced with that. Now, as that conflict happens out there, I don't want to say it because I don't want to get the video banned. There's some valuable content here. But as that conflict goes on, we're going to be printing more. printing more, value of the bill is gonna go right into the toilet, really. But things like your Dow Jones and things like that should stay pretty constant. They're pretty heavily weighted in military contractors and defense contractors. Now, with the way that the market works right now, and the fact that we are all pretty much similarly coming into the same ideas on what we're going to do with our money, people are going into defense contracts, and they're going into them heavily. At a time where, you know, funding is going to need to happen, there's going to be a lot of talk about those things. And as a sentimental trader, you hear things, you hear it very, very often, you're going to want to put your money towards it. I'll use this example. My friend once tried to tell me, oh, well, this is how I invest. Every morning I have cereal, so I invested in Kellogg's or whatever the fuck it was. And I invest in like the toothpaste I use, Gillette for the razor. Every single day I put gas in my car, so I get, you know, gas stocks and oil stocks. And he made that point where, you know, the things that he touched and thought about the most often is how he invested his money. And it kind of makes sense. But something that you hear about very a lot and often is going to be something that's going to be drawing attention. And with people with money, they like to put it towards those things. So I'm afraid that people are going to be pulling their money out at the same time that they're printing more money, and stocks like that are going to blow through the roof even more so than they probably should. So, all things considered, moving into the future, what I had mentioned with XLM, XRP, and XDC, that's going to happen. The dollar bill isn't going to go anywhere. Your person-to-person transactions is still going to happen. It's going to be weighted off of things like XRP, or XRP is going to be weighted off things like the dollar. The more that we print out these bills, the more worthless they become to anybody but us. So, there it is in a nutshell. I don't want to talk about what's going on out there. Remember, we're all military conscripted age. So, if you're watching this video, I'm pretty sure that you're not 50, 60, 70 years old. You're probably a little bit more hip to technology, and that's why you're looking up things like XRP and XLM and why this video would come up. So, consider those things. What's going on out there isn't a good thing, but things like oil are going to go through the roof. We'll start pumping more because there's going to be more need for it out west, out east. But think about these things. It would be very wise for you to get into something like, you know, one of these digital technologies that can, you know, potentially be the asset that changes your life. What you do from there doesn't matter to me. Just remember, the bill isn't probably going to go anywhere, just like XRP, XDC, and XLM are. So I'm giving you my little hint. Consider it. What goes on out there, shitty. Call options on defense contractors right now, probably a good thing. You're going to have everybody huddling up their money when they hear about those things very often. I'm not going to use which one I picked out in particular, but you can look them up. It's not that hard. I'll catch you later, y'all.